Whew, okay.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for the invitation. This year is the 70th birthday of Wilhelm Kentridge, and for this day there are a few exhibitions, I think even all over the world, and there are even 3 exhibitions in Germany dedicated to him, and I had a chance to visit one of those, and it's definitely struck me very heavily, and I was thinking a lot about his approach, which is very close to what I consider as the highest form of animation art.
Okay, so
And also in the several senses, there is a formal and artistic language of his works, which really strikes me, but he is a person who approached the most difficult topics in the world, through his whole life, apartheid, German first genocide in Namibia, and he searched for languages to find a way to speak about those hard topics. So. There are several ways I could answer this question. Okay, so historically I saw my first Pinscreen in 2016 during an exhibition in Annecy, and once I touched it, played it, it was a tryout. There was a tryout possibility during the exhibition. I got hooked, and it's never left my mind. So for 10 years I had it with me, and I studied the films done with this technique and the history of the inventors, Alexander Alexeyev and Claire Parker, and got more and more inspired by it. So once I learned that there is a new residency in Quebec City in Canada, I was sure I want to apply for it. It's a historical answer to your question. Form-wise, I think after I worked with it for 2.5 months, I loved the constraints of the material because it's really intense. You use a lot of tools to create a picture. It's not that you are doing something with a brush or with your finger and it's there. It's a long process to create one image. And I really love complicated animation techniques that you could see from my previous films. So maybe this feeling of overcoming of constraints inspire me generally. And yes, that's what I could find in this instrument. First of all, the war is longer there. It's 12 years of Russian aggression to Ukraine. Yes, the full-scale invasion is already for 4 years with us, and I would never imagine that this film would stay actual and for so long time. You know, I created it out of the moment, and I was really hoping that I couldn't imagine it to be after 2 years of now presence for the audience, that the ending is still there. How I came to this short form, first of all, I'm a short filmmaker. It's my form of talking about things. Secondly, I applied to this residency with a completely different idea, and because it was before the full-scale aggression started. And once I arrived, or you apply for residency a long time in advance. So the life happened in between, and I arrived there. It was clear I cannot hold to my original idea. I need to do something with this topic because it's the only thing which is on my mind. I don't know what can I do? How can I continue breathing, living, thinking? And there was no other options. And maybe also the distance to Germany, to Europe, helped me a bit. To the distance to this big war helped me to find a language. And I had limitations of the residency. It was clear that I have only 2.5 or 2 months to work with this instrument, and then it will be over. So I concentrated myself on finding first images, abstract images that somehow represent my feeling of being lost, overwhelmed, and searching for a way to become active. Probably this was also one of part of this filmmaking process. So I came back to Germany actually without a ready film, but with, I call it footage, with several sequences, animated sequences, and I didn't have this text back there. I tried different approaches. So all the post-production and editing happened back in Germany, and there I had time to write this voice-over poem, however you want to call it, and I had to accept that it will be my voice in the film because I have never done it before, and it's also was a challenge for me to say, okay, this is so intimate and personal, so I need to be present not only with my images and my perspective, but also with my physical voice. Yes, together with this film, it was important for me to start an action that will have something, a result in the real life, because the film is something the audience will see, and in the best case they will take some thoughts with them home, but it was too less for me for this project. I wanted the film to leave the cinema, to leave the screen, so I started an initiative. It's called Pinscreen prints for Ukraine, and those prints are not pictures from the movie. They are different compositions I created on the same Pinscreen, but they are not connected to the movie. And I sell those prints for 30 euros plus sending costs, and all the money I donate to different Ukrainian organizations like Hospitaliers or Cherkasy Institute, paramedics who go to the front line and giving the first medical aid and taking people out of danger. Cherkasy Institute have a lot of projects. They are developing their own system to protect the airspace over Cherkasy. They repair drones. They do educational courses for civilians so they know how to behave in the war condition. But they are just two of those organizations. There are a lot of other small organizations. I donate the money, and also all the prizes, monetary prizes I got for the film are going to this initiative. And now we could collect over 4,500 euros, and our people can find all this information online in my social media accounts on Instagram or Facebook, and of course everybody listening to us is invited to participate and either to buy a print or to donate the money. I have two motifs. This is one of those, and the second one you can find online. And you can just write me a message on whatever communication way you prefer, or just make a transfer via PayPal.
Thank you.
With a team, no. One is not thinkable without another nowadays,
Yeah.
so I prefer to keep both.
Okay.
Art of living.
Okay. Yeah, kind of. And
The limit in one word, okay, deepness.
okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.